Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. What a little treasure of a treasure that was, huh, Jay?
Another day, another day.
Oh, you're so loud.
Oh,
Another day, certainly. Ooey, ooey. We'll give a second just to make sure everyone's in the right spot. I sent out the new
I guess for
link.
the people listening to the podcast, we had a solid like 2 minutes on the other one, and then we crashed.
We
So this is,
crashed. We just crashed hard, and yeah. You know what can we do? What can we do? Is what I want to say.
we all freaked out. We all were like, this pandemic's happening, but we've also lost the stream.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying. And you know what? It was so funny because I was so confident in today's stream. I was like, I'm ahead of the curve. Everything is set up. My scarf is on nice. Like it just, we needed a little regulars glitch to really keep us all humble. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, welcome back. Jameson said you can
It's
tell us what made you sad. It was about my scarf. Is really what it was. Because Jason had mentioned that I was wearing a scarf, and he was like, "Do you just wear that now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because I take my dogs out and I forget to wear a mask, and so now I keep it around my neck so I remember." But I'm like, "That's just sad."
but when you retell the story, it makes it sound like my tone was like, is this the new you? But I was more like, wow, isn't it? We're in a surreal world where it's like that's so. It's great that you've got your mask on you all the time, like, but it's almost fashionable and you can wear it. But like that's
Well, here's what
because
I
I
want
just
to.
have a mask that I don't wear around my house because you can't just it just hooks around my ears.
I do
But you
want to.
like
I want to thank you for saying that it was almost fashionable. I'm gonna take that as a win.
I don't mean for you like you're wearing something almost fashionable. I mean like it's like we're transitioning to a place where
I know.
uh yeah.
I know.
My mom just texted me. She can see this fine now. Stacy has a new scarf. Nice.
The cutest thing is that we do have Jason's parents in the chat, and when we went down, literally my computer went black, and I was like, I simply can't take this on. Like this is just too much for me to handle. And you went, I gotta text my parents. I have to text my parents. Elizabeth wants to know what Jason keeps looking at, and I want to just set the record straight that I believe Jason and I are recording in front of big windows, and there's just a lot of things to see and people looking in, and I feel like that's where our eyes go.
Totally, because people are in my backyard all the time. It's beautiful out here, though. Like yesterday was like a full. I know that I think you guys got snow
We
yesterday.
have
Am I
snow
not wrong?
right now. There's like flurries. It
Incredible.
goes
It was
to
a full summer day out here yesterday.
Oh, so for us, or at least this morning, it was like flurries, and then it was like a crisp fall day. Then it was crazy flurries, and now it's back to a nice little fall day.
Beautiful. Both of them are
Thanks.
nice.
So, I have some big news that I keep forgetting to talk about it, and I would just like a moment to discuss, if that's
Okay.
okay. So I have,
What does Jason keep looking at? Is that what you're referring to when Elizabeth wrote, what does
yeah,
Jason keep
I think
looking
I
at?
literally just said Elizabeth keeps asking, "What is Jason looking at?" So I'm glad that you're listening to me.
What's that? I just put my lips on this microphone.
Good.
I
It's your microphone. You can kiss that microphone all you want, and I hope you do. Let me just get comfortable here because I do have some news.
I think that was you just lifting up to show us she's wearing merch.
I'm wearing merch, and Jason. I just got up to show Jason, and I just dropped my webcam. Like today couldn't be more of a vibe. Does that make
Yeah, I'm
sense?
looking at a port on the back of your. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. This feels like one of those kids' book like highlights, and they're like, "What do you think this is?" Because they zoom in really close on what this is.
Yeah, Jason, you talk while I grab the webcam.
I'm gonna take a guess at what Stacy's big surprise is, and because I can kind of see something, maybe it's this strip light that she's very happy about. We
No.
record during the day, so she doesn't necessarily need them because we use natural lighting, but she's very proud of her strip lighting for nighttime viewing. Because maybe we'll do some more shows. Who knows? Uh, a little JSMR. Oh, thank you. Is my voice that soothing? Sizzling bacon. What's happening tomorrow is we got bees knees, because I don't know if we said that on this one or the glitched one, but
Yeah.
you guys are gonna need gin. You guys are gonna need honey syrup, lemon, and orange juice, and that's the basics of a bee's knees, I believe. But we'll put the actual ingredients up after. And then Monday,
Yeah.
I think we can announce this now
Yeah, let's announce it.
because she's in the chat. She was like, I panicked for a bit, but Jan Caruana, two
Yes.
little sandwiches, an angel from above, who is also one of the best parts of one of the greatest movies, Mean Girls, is going to come in because on Monday we're going to talk about the movie Mean Girls.
I'm so
So we got to
excited.
watch that this weekend.
I'm so excited. Jan is in Mean Girls. She's the gem of all gems in that goddamn film. And I'm very excited.
And it's crazy because like one of her real life, if not her best friend or one of her real life's best friends, was also in that movie.
Steph Drummond.
Steph Drummond.
She's the best.
Crazy.
So we're excited to have her back.
Yeah.
So that's not my news at all. But I did. So I have launched a new podcast under my little business, the shop.
Shopio.
And the shop. And it is called Hello Neighbor. And basically it's an anthology, like a little docu-series of people who are currently in quarantine. So it's just conversations about who they are, how they found themselves in quarantine together, and any sort of quarantine isolation thoughts that are coming up for them. So the first episode is out right now. You can subscribe, which I hope you do, and listen. And the first one is with Chris Siddiqui and Aurora Brown. So Chris Siddiqui is an amazing comedian, alumni of Second City. Well, they both are. And Chris currently has a show called Bit Play is out on CBC Gem, which is so great. And Aurora Brown is another amazing comedian and creator, writer, star of Baroness von Sketch Show, which is an incredible sketch series on CBC. So they are together. They are lovers. They have a wonderful family. So it's just them chatting. And it's really funny and it's really informative and it's really sweet and nice.
You know, it's fun. Too, now that you bring that up, because Chris Siddiqui is one of the funniest people I know.
Oh, yeah.
But he also plays a serious part in the movie Molly's Game.
Right.
So maybe we can bug him for the following Monday and say, do you guys want to watch Molly's Game? And
Molly's Game. Yeah. What is Molly's Game about?
I've never seen it.
Yeah, of course you've never seen it. Anyway, so Hello Neighbor launched today, and I'm excited and nervous and all of those things. So I do like a quick little intro, and then it's really just about everyone else. So there you go. Subscribe and listen.
Yeah. My wife knows Molly, so maybe I can get some questions out to her too if you want to ask some questions beforehand. If we do end up doing that game.
Are you still talking about Molly's Game?
Can't stop talking about Molly's Game.
So I'm talking about a podcast I'm making, and then your response to what I just said was, "My wife knows Molly," which is not even the actress's name. Wow.
No, she doesn't know the actress. She knows the lady it's about. Molly.
Oh, I was just like, when do I get heard?
What's that?
I know we're all having some ha-has and hee-hees, but there's a few little sprinkles of anger in there.
The truth is this, because the concept is that you're just listening to conversations while people are in this, and I can't wait to hear, especially from some of these people, because they're also like already very interesting, awesome people. So those conversations are going to be great.
There's some good ones.
And Casual Friday is going to be in there. So
Casual Friday, Mr. Rob Baker has a convo. We got two little Sammys coming up. She's in an episode. And a lot of people don't know this because I haven't told them officially, but because a lot of these conversations were filmed the first 2 weeks or so of isolation, I am going to ask them if they would want to or interested in giving us follow-ups of like the weeks later, because there is sometimes like a tone of like, and we should be optimistic, but like I think things have like evolved in ways that we were all surprised about, and challenges we face that are now more surprising. So little follow-ups, I think.
New information daily,
100%. So anyways, Hello Neighbor. So I'm excited for that. And there's some quirky, fun tunes on it. So get into it. Did you do anything interesting yesterday?
Sure, I did.
Because
I'm glad you brought it up.
I did get some, because if you didn't, I did get some really dumb stories in our DMs on our Instagram, which again, please send them to us at the Regulars Podcast. So you tell me what you did, and then I'm going to give you some presents.
That's great. You're going to give me some dumb stories?
Yeah, because they were sent to me
all over again.
I know. Well, you know what?
I love it. I love
Yeah, killing it.
Okay, so what did you do last night?
So here's what I did. You want me to do dumb stories first?
No, just what did you do? Answer my freaking question.
Why don't you do the dumb stories for? I'm gonna try to kill you today, I think, by accident.
Honestly, we're 10 minutes in and it's pretty fucking close.
I know.
Okay, I truly can't and I shan't. So, one of the stories that I got was the police department reminds residents to wear pants while checking mailbox.
Where is this?
It is in Maryland.
That's unbelievable.
And let me tell you, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of just quickly running out in maybe a questionable boxer short and running right back in.
Well, I mean, that's the common joke right now. They did it on the John Oliver show too.
Oh, yeah.
They had like a
You wearing
montage of
pants?
all the people.
You wearing pants?
You wear pants. You wear pants on this Zoom meeting.
You wearing
What are you wearing
pants?
down there? Tell you what, pants.
Pants.
But
Yeah.
then it gets to a point that the joke becomes too much, and like people are literally like, "I guess I'm not wearing pants anymore. I don't need to," and then almost forgetting and just going to check. I'm not gonna lie. I'm outside in my pajamas daily now. Like,
I think
I get out of bed, I'll walk outside, no problem.
I think everyone's out in their pajamas, like, you know. But I'm running out in a little boxer short and grabbing my mail or a robe. You best believe I'm
It's
grabbing
one of
mail and robe.
This is one of those minute things that those sci-fi movies like in the 90s missed when they were like, oh, let's make all these bold predictions about what happens in the future, and they try to get all these points. They didn't know one of them is in an apocalyptic pandemic, people are just not going to stop wearing pants. Like, it's not about like cool lasers or like cool anything else that's going on. It's like people actually just become a bit more lazy. They're like, yeah, jogging pants are a huge thing. We run out of toilet paper, and Zoom meetings are the biggest thing on the planet.
Well, I think
and Tiger King.
I think it's one of those things that like we talked about with Ashley Botting, which is like, do you get dressed for yourself or for other people? Do you take care of yourself? Do you put on makeup for yourself or for other people? Like, what do you do? And like, this is a real test to that, you know?
Yeah.
Like our dear friend Allie, who was on the pod yesterday, for which we had so much fun, even though there was some technical glitches, but que sera, sera. I remember she said this to me. She's like, Stacey, you either look like $1,000,000 or total shit. She's like, there's just no in between. She's like, there's no like shirt and like pant for you. And she didn't mean it insultingly. It was correct. And we were in rehearsal.
Sheer honesty between you two. So.
Oh, and I love it. And it was accurate. Yeah. Like during rehearsals at Second City, like you either look great one day because like for your mental well-being, you need to put on jeans, or you just come in like literal trash bags and try and make comedy.
That's for you guys. So the ladies of the cast are like that. For the guys, it's the opposite. Me and Nigel are like the Crimson Tide twins, except not the Crimson.
What? Nigel? Yeah. Crimson Tide twins.
What am I talking?
I absolutely and simply cannot.
I can't even complete this one. But
no, please don't.
Essentially, we're the opposite. He's your good days and I'm your bad days. Because every day I'll show up looking like crap, but Nigel will show up and he'll be beautiful.
I don't think you show up looking like crap. I'm just always surprised at the amount of actual jerseys you wear.
This is a reality like check for me, because like you say that and my wife says that, but like I don't wear them that often.
Jason, you are absolutely nuts if you don't think that you are wearing jerseys all of the time.
I don't think we've been doing this podcast for a month. I don't think I've ever had a jersey on during this podcast.
That's fine. And I don't care about that. I'm talking about your real life. If you know Jason in real life and you're in the chat, please tell me if I'm right or wrong that Jason almost exclusively wears jerseys. Jan also said she has to do a self-tape today, and they'll be lucky if she doesn't have chili on her face. And I get that. I get that so deeply. I'm also jealous. I'm not getting anything.
Are you wearing pants for that self-tape? You gonna wear pants?
You gonna be wearing pants? You wearing pants for that something?
But that's a great story, Marilyn. Not wearing pants to get your mail. Great. Let's see how far. So one time, Casual Friday,
we're taking
Adam Colley, who are both friends of the pod, so people kind of know who these people are. We were in this killer bar in Quebec, in Montreal,
In what,
and
sorry?
it's Quebec. I can say Quebec. I'm saying that
I
properly.
know, but you
Please,
you just really did this hard K on it that I
Quebec,
Quebec. Quebec.
Quebec. That was me chopping wood as I said it.
Quebec.
But we went to this bar, and the bar was like, uh, the actual bar itself is in the center of the location, and it's very narrow places where the bartenders can stand, where they can serve you on either side, and it's almost like a labyrinth.
You
Uh,
using your hands in front of your camera, I just want you to know I appreciate
like
it, but it provides no context. You're just like, so so we're right here,
you know how
right?
you're
We're right here.
this way goes.
Okay, go on.
Oh, but what happened was, so it's this nice bar, and like where the bartenders are dressed really, it was great. You have to like know where it
Okay.
is because there's no sign on it, so you have to like go and knock, and they slide one of those things, and like what they don't say what's the password, but they almost could, and they go, "Great, come on in." Yeah. But so me, Adam, and Casual Friday decided we're like, let's I mean, we were a few drinks in, we're like, let's play a game.
A
Let's see how far
few?
we can get behind that bar.
Exactly. I don't know if I don't know if we were just having a couple sippies of a gin tonic. I think
Oh, we
we
were good and gone.
good.
But then it was like watching this bar where it's like there's like a labyrinth of a bar that goes inside the bar, and watching like Casual Friday walk in and see how far he can get into like where the bar well is, and then go around until the bartender goes, "Hey, wait, what are you doing? Get out of here!"
Yeah.
And then watching him be like, "Oh, what? I, I was just looking for the bathroom. I'm just," and then but then that was funny enough. But then Adam went second, and to see him do the exact same thing, and the bartender be like, "What's going on?" Anyways, this is my long walk.
Yeah.
Today, our game is, how far can we leave our house without our pants on? How far am I
Okay.
going to get away from my house?
I want to applaud you on truly one of the longest walks to date on this stream.
Well, you watch how long my walk's going to be without my pants on today.
Listen, we've said this on the pod before, and I'll say it again. It doesn't take much for you to just take off your clothes. We've all dared you, and it is the softest nudge for you to just get your pants off.
If this was a sitcom, you'd be like, "Jason, can you take your," and then it would just cut to me already naked and be like, "What's that?"
Oh yeah, truly, truly. Like I remember I remember being at a bar with you. We were also a few drinks in, and we were
Yeah.
like, get naked, and you're like, okay, when my family leaves.
It wasn't my family. It was my wife's
Oh yeah,
family. So I was like,
It was Jenny's
like,
family, and you're like, guys, come
let's
on,
have some respect.
But it was just so
Like,
funny that it was like, of course, Jen goes to Milford, and but Jason being so down, telling a whole bar, which makes it just warms my heart that we have that community. Really, like you're just like, guys, when they go, and then they left, and you were
yeah,
like,
this was like many years ago.
oh,
I don't know if this
many
would
years
play
ago.
in today's climate.
No, it wouldn't
Just having
play. But we were
old
all,
Barad at the comedy bar ripping his clothes off, and people being like, "You know what? That old man can get off the bar and put his clothes back on, please."
in all fairness, you weren't old at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a few years ago.
Yeah, I guess we can see. I don't really want to set up a game I don't want to set up the no pants dance, really.
Okay, but just check my Instagram stories later today. That's all I'm saying.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to get really sad because no one's going to notice you and you're going to feel completely invisible. You're like, what do I need to
Nobody's going to be
do?
up there. There's going to be no one out. I'm going to see how far I can go.
Well, I've been doing this
Yeah.
really fun thing, and I think I've already talked about it on the podcast, but when I get bored and I'm like tired of TV, Animal Crossing, all those things, I'm like, well, I have this bathing suit that doesn't fit, so I've just been putting that on, just seeing every day the
You were wearing
progress.
the infamous bathing suit?
I've been trying on this infamous bathing suit like every
Is
couple
this
of
because you're
days.
Pelotoning it up and you're like, this is going to, by the end of this, I'm fitting into this bathing suit?
Yeah. And listen, it's unrealistic because this bathing suit is not built for a human being. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. Like I have boobs, I have hips, I have things, and the bathing suit is like, this is not for us. But I have been Pelotoning,
Maybe it's like
so
one of those like 1920s men's one-piece bathing suits. Is that what it is?
okay, no, I will describe the bathing suit to you, but it will make no sense. It'll be like that one time you were describing that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kayla asks, is the bathing suit built for a child? It isn't in that. Okay, this is how it's built. So we have the bottom, right? So we have I'm kidding. So doing a bit of a visual gag here for those listening. So the bottom of it is quite big. So it's like a one piece that's split into two, but it's still connected on the sides. I hope that makes
Okay.
sense for women. So there's a
That makes
strap.
complete sense
There's like a
for
bra
men and women.
area, like here, and but this for the breast area is for people with no breasts at all. So
This sounds like the costume Mila Jovovich wore in Fifth Element, and I can't say her last name, and I don't care.
add it to the shirt.
Oh, yeah, killing it.
That's just that she's bought one. Not good.
Not good at all. Because what happens is this area is supposed to cover your boobs.
By the way, I have not seen Fifth Element.
Oh, Kayla says I have very little boobage. I'll happily send you the link. I'll put it up on our regulars Instagram. It's a cute bathing suit, but literally it looks like I have two children like wrapped in a child's towel.
Weird under boob stuff.
Oh, it
so
does
maybe
do.
that's what
It
is.
does do strange under boob stuff where you start
You know
questioning
what's
what's
weird
happening.
under boob stuff? Putting a mirror under there.
Halle Berry style.
Halle Berry style.
Swordfish style.
Just get a mirror under your Halle Berries.
I hate this.
I don't know why I'm bringing this bit back because it was
Nor do
a
I.
dead bit to begin with.
I wanted to ask you, okay, I had another really funny, it's kind of like mean, I guess, but it really did make me laugh so hard. Where,
Dumb story?
yeah, but it's like kind of a pop culture story, but I've been meaning to bring it up. First of all, this is like, I don't know if you'll even be interested in news. I'm barely interested in it, but Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are like living in LA, and I can't wrap my mind around it. I thought Canada was going to get them.
She also has a big voiceover. Like she's in the next animated Disney movie now.
Well, that's because like Prince Harry like went to the CEO of Disney and was like, "Hey, my wife's into that kind of stuff."
I know my wife showed me. She goes, "Surprise, surprise!" And she held it up, and it's like this. Now she's the next voice of I can't remember, but it's like a pretty big character or something.
That's wild. I can't and I shan't on that. It's just so crazy. Like she wants to be, because everyone was like, "Wow, like how could she give up being an actress for being like a princess?" And I was like, "No problem." No problem.
Oh, stop going to auditions and stop like getting turned down constantly and like because even the best actors get turned down and then and I imagine when you're more successful, getting turned down is going to hurt more because you're like, is my irrelevant time coming? Oh my God, am I irrelevant now? Like that's got to even hurt more to get rejected after you've done really well.
Listen, you can't be a A-list celebrity and not dip down a little bit. That's why everyone goes, "Oh, it's the Renaissance. It's Keanu's Renaissance. Brad Pitt is back, people. Where's Sandra Bullock been? She's back, baby." Like, no, thank you. I'll just be a fucking queen the whole time. No prob.
Yeah.
Set up a little podcast studio in the palace. Go live. I'm going live. But also, so she's in LA, and Kayla was saying, they don't want any eyes. They want to get away from the public eye, and they moved to LA. Like they're paparazzi snapping them. They're not wearing masks, by the way. So maybe I don't need this whole scarf thing. But that just is bananas. I really was naive and thought they would like stay in Toronto.
No, I knew they were going to be. And I don't know pop culture at all. I follow it zero, but I was like, yeah, they're in LA for sure now. They're just doing the David Beckham Posh Spice thing. That's all they're doing.
Remember that? And then they were friends with Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, and it was like yipey full diapy. Katie Holmes and
That's
Tom
got to be
Cruise.
a whole weird thing now that they're broken up. It's like, are we friends with Tom or are we friends with Katie? I don't know.
I think they're friends with neither. I think Tom Cruise allegedly is batshit full crazy.
I mean, like to a
here
point.
We go.
It's just
to a point. He's crazy to a point. I can't with you today.
I will always stick up for these sort of like weird celebrities because I'm like, I will because I'm not saying they've had a hard life because they have not. They've had a very blessed, elite, awesome life, but it's a life that we'll never understand. So it's like whenever they do something, like he jumped over a couch to show that he was
He
excited,
didn't
and the
jump
world
over
blew up for a year.
he
And
didn't
it's like,
jump
well,
over
so what?
he didn't jump over a couch. He jumped
Yes, he did.
onto Oprah's couch and then proceeded to jump on it like a trampoline. He didn't just go huh, over the
Yeah,
couch.
but he just made a big choice, and it's like, okay, but now for like Britney Spears shaves her head, and everyone goes, okay, she's fucking nuts, and I'm like, maybe she just had lost it a little bit, like, or maybe she wanted to try that. There's a whole other things, and it's
I
like,
think that Britney Spears is completely different from Tom Cruise because Britney Spears, I think she's in a full-on conservatorship, which if you unpack that whole chestnut, it's like dark and not great. And she's like held captive and she has no rights. And her dad, who's bananas, runs her full life. Where Tom Cruise is basically the head of Scientology, allegedly. And everyone in the Sea Org works for him. He has like free people working at his house, like cleaning his house,
Yeah.
running his house, doing everything that he wants. And he's like drunk with power.
yeah, I mean, like, I think if I was ever to that sort of status, which I know is never going to happen in this lifetime, I'm just saving it up.
Would
for the
you
next
want to be
lifetime.
at the Tom Cruise status? That's messed up.
It is messed up. So I think what I would do, because my choices are already like in life. I mean, maybe not now as much being a dad, but like we're already large enough because it's like I would have the paparazzi being like question me every day and be like, "Oh, he shaved his head today. What did he do?" He jumped in and he jumped in a Shark Tank at an aquarium. Okay, you just pull the old Donald Trump into 100 different things that keeps people on their toes and be like, "Well, I guess he's not like we can't even keep up with his fucking mess upness," and be like,
So
"Great."
I don't think
know?
I think the alarming thing of Tom Cruise was like he basically allegedly has contracts with women that last 5 years and he stays in relationships with them for 5 years. And the second the 5 year came up, Katie Holmes had to basically escape her marriage with him and like backdoor divorced him.
Yeah.
So that's not someone who's like, I'm famous and no one understands me. That's like, I'm cuckoo cuckoo. Like, get on board.
I'd still
Although,
hang out with him, and I'm sure we'd have a great barbecue
oh,
together. Like,
hell yeah. Edge of Tomorrow is so sick.
Tom, if you're out there, give me a shout, buddy.
Yeah, give me a shout. I
You
know.
can find my phone number. You can find anything you want for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got people working for the church for him. So I think they could find them. And please don't hurt us. You know, we're just, we're trying to get by here.
And yes, Jameson, I do want to do my own stunts. Without pants is no problem. That would actually be my dream job. Do you know that growing up when I was a child, one of the jobs I did want as a kid was stuntman, which I think is probably a pretty common kid thing.
You wanted to be a
But, like,
stuntman even though your legs were, well, that makes sense because like you had to spend that
My
whole
leg was
summer
my
in the
legs were-
hospital.
yeah, I mean, like broken, but like, yeah, I wanted to be a stuntman so bad. So then, like, there was a commercial that I did, one of my first union commercials, like 15 years ago or whatever. I did have to do a stunt, and I had to sign a stunt contract and everything. And I was like, well, dreams come true.
And then you
Sell
hurt,
this Whiskas cat food, and
well, you
do a
hurt,
stunt.
you hurt yourself pretty bad. And yeah.
Loved it.
So
Living the dream is what I'm saying.
So I have another little pop culture story for you today. Seinfeld's Jason Alexander belts out New York State of Mind for city crippled by coronavirus. Let me tell you here, don't want it.
Don't want it.
No.
I mean, like, great intentions, awesome. But there's so many awesome people singing different things. Like, I'd rather just the people in the public singing. Like, there's so many of these like people standing on New York rooftops, and like people. That first one that was like Italy when they all singing out their windows. Those are kind of like beautiful organic moments.
And you know what we don't need in that? George Costanza. Call me crazy.
You're right.
Jan also
Although I do want to see the build up to that. I want someone to write that Seinfeld episode when George Costanza tries to figure out how to get through this coronavirus. And he's like, gotta sing a song.
George doesn't want to donate to any charities, but he will sing. That's the storyline.
He's trying to impress a woman, and he's like, I'll sing.
I'm singing, Jerry, I'm singing. Yeah, that would be the plot point is George is too cheap. So he's with a woman and he doesn't want to donate, but he does donate his time to sing a song that no one wants or cares for.
Yeah. And Kramer he doesn't sell masks. He sells full like hazmat suits, and he just tries to make them stylish. Perfect.
I think Kramer sells his hands that he puts over people's mouths, and he walks around with them all day. And then he
Yeah.
washes them, and then he has new people.
And Eileen gets.
Eileen?
Oh my god. You know what the worst thing is? I honestly can't remember Julia Louis-Dreyfus's name in that right now. My brain's dead.
Okay, I'm not going to give it to you. I just want you to figure it out.
Get out. I need to know. Oh, no. This is like, I've just realized I am now super old and I don't have a brain anymore.
The Snake King in the chat just went, whoa. Your brain is broken. Jason,
But like, I'm still brain farting.
Jason?
Like, this is not cool.
Jason, I want you to focus in, and I want you to grab the name from your brain because it's there.
Oh, thank you. Jerry Kramer, George Costanza, Jason Alexander. And oh my God. We were talking about Veep all morning, so this is so weird.
Okay, but that's a different show, right? So
No, but it's still the same actress because
And
like,
what's-
she's
and
one of
what's-
the funniest people on the planet.
what's her name on Veep?
Oh, I don't know. But I don't. The thing is, I love
Selena.
Veep, but I don't know if
Her
I
name
remember
is-
any of the characters' names.
her
on
name
Veep.
is
It's just
Selena.
all-
Okay,
Selena Gomez.
so you need to figure out this name. Please.
Thank you, Shauna. Shauna's with me. We all have these days.
We do, but you need to fight through it. I need you to focus. It's in there. I need you to pull it
One
out.
of the most popular TV shows of all time.
One
a
of the most
sitcom, which is like
profound-
my life is just following sitcoms, and I can't remember one of the funniest people on the planet's
And she is one
character's
of,
name in this.
I would say she's one of the most like profound comedic characters on television.
100%.
Yeah, I remember watching her as a little girl and being like, "Oh wow, like that's a strong, powerful woman." And you need to
I'm
remember
about
her
to
name.
explode. And this is all happening like, this is what I'm talking about. If I was a celebrity, because people would be like, it's over with. Like, this is happening in real time. People are watching this, and I can't remember.
I know.
This character.
This is how I felt when Jan asked me to name 4 books. Everyone's helping you.
Oh my God.
You'll figure it out. Okay.
I won't.
I just
I won't. Like, you know how like sometimes you're like, oh, there it is. It's on the tip of my tongue. This isn't even on the
Well,
tip
you were
of my
there.
tongue.
You were close with Eileen. You were close with
I
Eileen.
know that it's close, but that's why I keep going back to Eileen. And it's
if you were
'cause
to,
it's
if
not
you were
Ellen,
to,
and I'm like,
if it's not Ellen, but Eileen and Ellen, you're getting closer. If you were to stretch that out, what would you get?
I'd have no idea.
Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Okay. Well, just a couple of things to add pressure to it. Audrey says she's the comedy idol for so many women. So just
I
remember.
know. But she's not just for, I understand that like that's awesome too, but she's also like, gender aside, she's like one of the funniest people on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah, I know she is. You'll figure it out. And by the end, I will tell you.
Anyways, her character is going to end up quarantined with some guy that she finds immediately unattractive because the guy just pulls his own teeth out the first night or something. He's like, oh, okay, I'll just put these teeth in the
What?
glass beside the bed.
She would be with Putty. She'd be like, oh, I went back. Then Putty would
I'm not going to quarantine alone, Jerry.
I'm not quarantining alone. He's my quarantine. What do you mean he's your quarantine? He's my quarantine. You don't have a quarantine? Then George is like, gotta get a quarantine.
Elaine. And you know what's the fuck? You know what's so crazy? And thank you again, Mr. Wikipedia. Jameson Kramer just wrote, I find if you do a Jerry impression of each name, it'll come to you. And it did in a second.
Can I hear what the impression was?
Elaine!
That's a really good impression. Can you do your impression of him saying everyone's character?
Kramer? No, I can't.
That's just you.
Yeah. Everyone does that. I gotta get to the booth. What are you?
I gotta get to the booth.
I don't know. I pictured the diner and they all sit in that awesome booth. I mean, like, how awesome would it be to sit in that diner right now? How awesome would it be to, with friends
We
in
did
real
that.
time,
Oh,
in real life, to sit at a diner and just enjoy like shitty food?
we used to do that all the time.
I know. What I'm saying is like, you know
Oh,
how you said yesterday, you're like, one of the things you miss is restaurants. It's
yeah.
like
I,
that's porn right now. It's like just
ew,
watching
don't.
people sit and eat.
No.
Well, it
No.
is.
Watching Seinfeld and them at the booth is porn for you.
Yeah. What are they ordering? Big salad? Okay, big salad.
Wow,
Yeah.
big salad. Yeah. They don't like it? Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. What do we got? What do we got here? An A, B, and C storyline? Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. I love the idea
Haley
that,
went, wow, you went there, which I'm kind of disappointed because I feel like we go there too much lately. We're
well, I feel like your version of porn is just friends having a nice time.
100%.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just getting boned up over Taylor Kitsch, you know? So, different
Taylor
versions.
Kitsch, topless guy,
Topless guy?
just like chopping wood in his front yard as you
Oh,
walk by, walking a dog.
hell yeah. Topless, no, topless guy. First of all, it's you need the right season for a topless guy. So like, I sound like such a pervert, but I'm already.
Stacy's out. Stacy's in her front yard, just like doing her own thing, and then it's a beautiful summer day, like it's so hot, and Taylor Kitsch walks by, walking a cool little dog, and she
Cool
melts.
little dog.
Yep.
Okay, what do I say?
She melts. Now it's the middle of winter, but Taylor Kitsch walks up with the same dog and he's wearing no shirt. And Stacy goes,
What's the matter with you? It's not all about you all the time. Get a shirt on.
it's all context.
It's all about context. And also, I like that you think I have a front yard and I'm doing something to it. I think I would just have a hose and just be watering something else.
Just watering the driveway.
Yeah. Hey, maybe you should take off your shirt with your little dog.
And then Jason Alexander walks up behind him and he's got his shirt off.
It's up to you, New York. To get out of here. You're so gross. Oh, that's so funny. I never found I just never understood on that show on Seinfeld how George got so many hot girlfriends.
Yeah.
He's so.
I mean, that's the same as like so many dumb sitcoms. Like Kevin James has been
Oh.
with so many beautiful women.
Kevin James, although I did understand, I did like King of Queens, I have to admit. There was something about Leah
Okay.
Remini, I bought them as a couple. Again, I was young and naive, so I kind of believed it.
Yeah. I mean, but let's be real. Like that they could be. You walk down the suburbs and you're like, wow, there's beautiful people here and there's normal people here. You know,
and this is
and there's sometimes they're together.
and this is before we realized Kevin James was, Paul Blart Mall Cop. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. You mean before he was good? You know that I've never seen Paul Blart Mall Cop. I feel like I've never watched a movie
I
before.
don't think you have either. Stop playing with a pen. What are you clicking? What are you, a
can-
doctor?
Can you hear that?
Of course we can. It's driving me nuts. Haley asked if I've seen the Leah Remini Scientology doc multiple times, all of the seasons. You know I'm up on that. Going Clear, great doc. I can't. It's so good. But yeah, Kevin, I remember King of Queens, I believed. Obviously, Roseanne, I believed all of those relationships. Becky and Mark, I believed.
Whoa. Wait a second. Roseanne, you believed.
That relationship.
Roseanne was two very average looking people together.
I think Roseanne is truly one of the best casting on television.
I watched The Conners last night. I'm
Did
still
they
into
kill
it.
her off?
Yep.
She died.
Oh, they killed her off. Dan has a new
Girlfriend?
interest. It's this season. There's a new interest, and do you know who plays her?
No, who?
You
You don't. Of course you can't. Of course you can't. What
I
are you
can't remember the
So
actress'
you're gonna
name
tell
today,
me?
but
So you're gonna tell me
it's Peg Bundy from Married with Children.
that is perfect. That I want. She's so
Yeah.
good, and she's so.
And she's a
What? Oh, you frozen for me.
You froze. I couldn't hear what you said.
We both froze. Today's just a glitch machine, but I think that's great casting, and she's so good in Sons of Anarchy. Katie Seagal.
Katie Siegel. Thank you, Jan.
I said
It could be
Katie.
Siegel.
I said Katie Seagal, and you said Katie Siegel, and we said it at the same time. So everyone vote in the chat who's right, because I think it's me.
We all know who's right. I mean, this isn't an SAT test.
It's me.
Um,
Sons of
but,
Anarchy. She's
Kayla
so
did
good.
have a question, which I can answer, no problem. How did they bring Dan back? Did he not die at the end of Roseanne?
Oh no.
So when they brought back in before Roseanne went all full Roseanne in real life, and they kicked her off,
Yeah.
the new thing, they brought it back and they basically killed off that last season of Roseanne that after they won the lottery, and it all became the jump to shark.
Well,
So they were just like, that never happened. It was a dream Roseanne had or whatever. So
The
then
final
Dan was alive again.
the final episode, Roseanne reveals that like them winning the lottery, everything like Jason just said, it was a dream. So he was alive the entire time. But the reason that she killed him off in the series in the final episode, she said because he cheated on her. So
Which is so not like,
so not Dan.
yeah.
I remember that final episode. I was like, he wouldn't do that. Like, I felt like I was part of their family. I was like, what? No, not Dan. But I like Katie Seagal being on that show. That's perfect casting.
Well, maybe watch it. It's. I mean, like,
I thought it was
it's good.
great.
It's not. Great.
I thought the Connors, obviously Roseanne, before she went. Well, I mean, she was always batshit, but before she fully went there, I thought the Connors remake was really good. I thought it was like actually not bad.
Yeah. Well, they jumped in first. The first episode back, they were like, "Great, let's get into politics." Like, it was
Yeah.
really
I thought it was
heavy-handed,
great.
but it was heavy-handed. It was good, and it also was like, we're not taking a side with the left or the right. We're gonna like have characters that have sane points of view from each side. And it was like, great, I love it.
Yeah, it was really really good. So maybe I'll check it back in. Have you watched Sons of Anarchy?
I have not watched Sons of Anarchy,
You'll
but I
like
know
that
that she
show.
was in that, and I heard it's really good.
You'll
but I haven't
really-
watched. There's a lot of like amazing TV shows that I also have not watched. Like, I've never seen The Sopranos, which is crazy.
Everyone's watching The
Yeah.
Sopranos right now.
Are they? Maybe I'll
Mhm.
jump on board with that. I've never seen Friday Night Lights past the first, like, I don't know how many episodes.
Although you have the DVD box set.
Yeah, but like, am I gonna pull that out? No.
I'm telling you, the first season, like stuff's happening and like I'm here for it. And Kyle Chandler, ooey, he's going on the vision board. I'm all boned up. I mean, Kyle Chandler is a sexy man.
This is a high school, right?
No, Kyle Chandler's the coach.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, and he
But
like
Taylor Kitsch is for sure in high school in this.
I mean, it's so crazy that they're like,
I want to see Stacey McGonigal as a substitute teacher at a high school. Is what I want to see.
How old did you say you were? Mm. No, I would
I don't know. Maybe put your age higher. Maybe your mark was a bit higher. That's how life
no,
works.
I wouldn't be like that at all. I'd be like, get out of here. My voice.
Except for when the one Taylor Kitsch student walks in.
No.
Oh, hi.
This is the thing. It doesn't happen. Like, first of all, like, you know, as a comedian, like this is why like any comedian guy is always with some hot model, right? Like hot model. And then any
Yeah.
comedy girl or woman gets like, I don't know, some freaking weirdo. We never
I
get.
feel like it's all changing, which is good. I mean, it's good for most people. It's not good for me that would have to play like the fat loser
Jason,
husband, and
I
that's what I
can't-
dream to play.
Listen, I know that you're happily married, but when I knew you before you were married,
Yeah.
there were so many women that were into you. And like you did this improv show
Say.
once a month, and women would go by themselves. They wouldn't even bring friends. They'd have their little $10.
Okay, but
Let me
I
finish.
was
So you were
okay.
in a troupe. Jason, if you click that pen again, I will fly to Los Angeles and I will crack it
pen?
and light it on fire. Put it down. That is how I would be as a teacher. Everyone here's the history of Canada. And Jason, if you touch that pen one more time, you're going to lose your hand. Okay, so. But-
you have toilet paper at the front of your fly somehow.
And that's a reminder. I have a toilet paper at the front of my fly.
I don't know how it's happening, but that's what you got.
Go to the
Sorry.
principal's office. Go to the principal's office right now.
Okay.
Whatever. Cool, whatever.
Okay, don't say okay. Okay. I mean,
I hate you as a student. But these women, and I was one of them. I wasn't interested in Jason, but just to be clear, he was gross to
be
me.
absolutely clear.
To make it fully clear, he was gross. Poo, poo, poo. But people used to dress up to the nines. Like there was a club. This was back in the day. Go to this improv show by themselves. And then the show would happen and it was great. And then women would wait outside the green room for all 4 of you guys to come out. Not just a few,
The reason,
all
let's,
4.
Let's talk about why you highlighted all 4 and you like made that in a bold
No, because
statement.
you're going to say it was for everyone else. And I know that it wasn't true because I know there were girls that were like, I'm going to get Jason DeRoss. And I was like, go for it.
It was me and 3 other 6'4" hot men.
6'4" is generous, and also it wasn't
Maybe
just for them.
So 6'2", and I am a whopping 5'7". So I guess they were just like 5'7".
Well, not with this puffy bang that you're rocking today. Maybe you are 5'7" today.
My hair's out of control, and I don't care. It's one of these things which I'm gonna talk to you about after too.
Okay, but I'm just telling you that women were interested in you, and that's great, and that's something you should embrace. And like you just didn't see it. That was the thing. I would just see these women flirting with Jason and he'd walk away. And even still, like when we did our friend shows, and obviously you're happily married, so you weren't flirting back, but like some women would be like, oh my God.
That's where my wife met me and she walked away. I walked away the first night. Well, she left and I was like, okay, I guess that was whatever. But then she came back.
That's you. I've seen women. So even when Jason and I perform, like, exactly, Rob, let it land. He's telling you to let it land. After we perform, women would wait outside for Jason and be like, oh my God, you're really amazing tonight. Like, oh my God, you're so good. He's like, okay, yeah. And he's like, everyone hates me. The whole crowd hated me tonight.
Like a show where it was like, hey man, let's have a good time. I was with all my best friends and I was like, let's drink. So it's like,
Jason,
great.
When you and I were doing Fringe and we would leave, women would be like, you're so funny. You're so good. And then you would look at me and go like, the audience hated me tonight. And I was like, everyone's been talking to you. Guess who's talking to me? Guess who's talking to me? The stage manager telling me to get all of our shit out of the theater. That's what I'm dealing with. And Jason's getting all these compliments.
That's not true. And Mark was our stage manager and he was so great. And
I'm just saying that like
I know what you're
for
saying.
female comedians, it's different. Everyone's like, oh God. Because I'm on stage going, fart, fart, fart. And they're like, oh, okay.
That's what we need now. We need the wives that are just like fart, fart, fart. And that's reality.
Fart,
I want to see
fart,
Leah
fart.
Remini go fart, fart, fart.
Take the tub off with your little dog. Take it off. Take the tub off.
Because there's new shows where like, I mean, Dax Shepard is got a comedy now. And like, that's an attractive man.
Why are you talking about Dax Shepard?
What's that?
Why are you talking about Dax Shepard all of a sudden?
Because we started this conversation about how like these sitcoms and comedies used to be like you got the Kevin James and you got the Leah Remini, but I'm like I think things are hopefully changing. I know there's a show come out called like Kevin Can Go Fuck Himself or something, and that's apparently like a good take on like it doesn't. Oh.
Did you just reference another Kevin James show?
I'm talking about the same thing. No. I can talk about it maybe after my 4-year-old son gets out of here and we can talk about the title of it again.
Oh right. The picture of myself in this mirror is an idiot. Yeah, no, I don't understand what you're talking about with Dax Shepard, and I don't know if he has a television show, and I'm not interested in unpacking that.
Bless this mess.
Bless this mess? Oh, geez, Louise. Sean just said, can you both please do a Drag Race review series? I would love to, as I'm currently watching this season, and it's kind of crazy. Because like there's some drama with one of the drag queens and they are like a gross, terrible person. And
How far are they into the season right now?
I think like 5 episodes.
Okay. I can catch up. I mean, like there's so much TV and so much stuff to watch. But I can catch up to 5 episodes again.
Well, you're doing Friday Night Lights. There's so many.
I'm not doing Friday Night Lights because I just think it'll lead to a divorce. So I'm going to avoid that at all costs.
Mommy, daddy. Yeah, you should. I think you would really like Sons of Anarchy. I think that's a show that you would actually really enjoy. It's really good.
What I just started was, and I caught up. It took me one night because I think they're only on episode 6 or 7, wherever I watched up to right now. Is Dave? I don't know if you've seen Dave.
Everyone's talking about Dave. What is this?
It's Little Dicky, who is now that I've seen Dave, I'm like, oh, this guy's like, he was a real parody rapper. Like, so I guess he picked up a show because he's released a bunch of albums and he's got so many like famous
Okay.
people jump on board in his videos and his songs, like great rappers. And he made a show called Dave, and it's about this like if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, not the coolest guy that you'd expect. He's like this Jewish, not middle aged. He's probably like in his
Okay, what's the
late
show
20s,
about?
early 30s. It's about him and his rap career,
Oh, cool. Okay,
essentially.
I'll watch that.
But it's about him trying to be like a legitimate rapper, even though like his first song was about how small his dick is, because his name's Little Dicky,
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
like, well, I'm
cool.
trying to do like a parody, but also be the best rapper of all time.
Oh, okay. Seems layered. Check
It does
this.
seem weird, but like
I said layered.
again. A good show is made by great characters, and like
Well, I said
there's good characters.
I said layered.
Layered.
Have you seen? I feel like this title of this podcast should be called "Have You Seen?" But you've watched The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow, obviously.
I have not.
Okay, that is something I'm telling you for our friendship to continue.
Okay.
You need to watch. I swear to
Is
God,
raining-
Jason,
raining down the
I swear to God on my life, you have irritated me today. I know we talk a little bit after these live streams. I want you to know, I will be tuning out. I will be clicking off.
So tomorrow, when Casual Friday comes in, just realize Jason will not be
Alive.
on the podcast.
No, but you need to watch Comeback because it's really good. And Lisa Kudrow deserves to. Well, I mean, she's incredible. That
She's
series.
going to be in the new one with Steve Carell, which I cannot wait for, because The Office is my favorite sitcom of all time.
Well,
And Space Force is coming out with Steve Carell, and I think it's the same people that created it. I think it's Greg. I can't remember his last name, but
well, just do me a favor and watch a couple episodes of the original season of The Comeback. Don't watch the current season because they did 2. Do the first one.
is it about Lisa Kudrow herself after Friends?
It's about her being in a very successful sitcom. She's not playing herself, but she was in a sitcom and now she's washed up, and it's deeply sad. It's very funny. It's so good. It is truly like a masterclass, and Lisa Kudrow is so good. I can't speak enough about how good that show is.
Do you know why my mind is blown? Is
Oh God.
The reason why I was talking about
Yeah.
before is we're talking about just like final episodes and stuff. I was talking to my parents about it, and I'm like, "This is really great." They go, "You know what? The greatest, or one of a really good one recently of a final episode in this series is so good," and they were talking about
What?
Matt LeBlanc's show about
Episodes.
him after Friends.
Episodes. It's really good.
It's called Episodes.
Yeah,
You
that
couldn't-
one's really good too.
This is where I get it from my parents. They couldn't remember the name of the show. They're
Don't
like, "It's the
blame
show
your
with-"
parents for whatever's going on in that.
I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying genetics passed down. I can't remember the names of things.
Sure. Well, watch The Comeback. It's so good.
My mom was like, "You know that Italian guy from Friends?" And I was like, "Italian guy? Okay."
Joey. You should have
Joey.
known him. You shouldn't have been like, what?
I did. I said Joey right away, but like, yeah. And then I realized what she was talking about, but I didn't know the name of the show either. Anyways, so I'll watch The Comeback in episodes.
Okay.
So much to watch.
There's a lot to watch.
Do you know what I watched last night?
What?
The last episode of Tiger King.
I haven't watched it. Can you tell me everything? Spoil it.
Do you know what it is? Like, do you know
No. What is
what's
it?
happening? It's Joel McHale. It's just an interview session by Joel McHale.
Who cares? Okay, Joel McHale, like he is okay. So
And Carol Baskin's opted out, so she's not in it, and they don't interview Tiger King either in jail, which I heard they can't. And Carol Baskin's opted out because she said that she just wasn't happy the way she was obviously represented.
Right,
in the
because they've
documentary, and I'm sure
opened-
she doesn't want to talk about her
Hey, all
husband.
you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol at Big Cat Rescue.
and I murdered my husband. That allegedly.
Do you know what show I want to see? I want to see Making a Murderer, the Carol Baskins version.
I
and
mean,
just have them follow
100%.
that.
And also, like, Joel McHale, okay, he posted this photo, I think, promoting the Tiger King episode. And I like him enough, and I think he's funny on The Soup, and he was good in Community. But he like,
did. He was self-deprecating last night because one of the guys goes, "You're a celebrity." He goes, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, that was 2009. Good year for me." And I was like, "Good joke."
yeah, he's good. But the thing that's crazy is he posted this photo or this video, I think promoting Tiger King or whatever, and he was like completely shredded. Like he had these full abs, but he was pale. Like he was just so pale. And like I'm not
Yeah.
one to judge, but I was like, ugh, all that work For what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never seen the picture, but
Oh, he didn't show his abs on the thing?
no, he was. It's the same as all these shows right now that are like picking up. He was just in his house on his couch talking to them through a screen.
Oh,
or
Zoom.
whatever. Yeah, it wasn't even Zoom, but like however they set it up, they were obviously all in their own locations. And
Right.
I'll let you watch it first so we can chat about it because there is some interesting stuff. Like, it doesn't give you too much new information really, but it
Okay.
is like it becomes very apparent like Joe deserves to be in jail above and beyond. You find out a couple things that make it even like sadder than it was.
Oh.
You're like, oh,
Again, like if you all listen to that podcast, that if you go back to our Tiger King review, I have it
Right.
linked. The guy following him was like, no, he wanted her to die. And also, like,
it wasn't even about Carol Baskins. It was like how he treated the tigers and everything. They're like, yeah, like he shot 2 tigers that were completely healthy and just like, I just need the space, bam, in the head. And it's like, oh, okay, you are a terrible,
he was
person.
bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, well, guess what? I think we've sort of come to the end. Tomorrow we're going to do some dumb stories with Mr. Casual himself, and we're going to post the cocktail recipe on our Instagram so you can make your mocktail, cocktail, whatever you so choose. No pressure. Obviously, we will be in robe. I really do want to order another robe, and I foresee that.
Don't do it. You're ordering enough things right now, man. Let's. We don't know how long we're going to be in this quarantine for.
What are you worried about? What do you think I've ordered? For all the things you can't remember, you seem to remember my order history.
Your desk.
I needed a desk.
Light, and then let's get some. I'm just saying, like, hey, essentials.
Yeah, terry cloth robe is essential to me.
You're not wrong. The WWE apparently is an essential. So
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I do have 3 sports bras being delivered today, but I did get them for basically free. So there's that.
yeah.
Anyways, Jason's worried about my fiscal responsibility, and I do appreciate that. Okay, so here's the deal. Thank you so much for watching. You can come in robe tomorrow. We love that. And again, we'll post the cocktail. If you're listening to this and not watching, guess what? We go to live Monday through Friday every weekday at 12:30, so you can follow our YouTube channel and watch us, and or just go back and watch old episodes. And thank you everyone for watching. Jason, do you have anything to say? You're checking your phone?
I do. So
Okay.
before I was looking at my mug as I was going to have a drink, but then I was like, I'm going to answer the question that we started this podcast with
Oh
and
my
never
God.
answered.
Yeah.
You asked me, what did you do yesterday? And then we went to dumb stories. What did I do yesterday? Well, we had dinner outside because it was beautiful. And then I was like, well, I'm out here and it's sunny and it's beautiful. And my son's out here. I was like, I'm just going to take his shirt off and cut his hair. And I cut my kid's hair.
Oh, I saw that. You did a really great job. And I'm really glad you waited till me doing a full conclusion of our podcast to bring that up.
I was trying to bring it up before, but we went into different stories.
I said to you, what did
I didn't
you
know
do?
if you noticed when he was running around in the background. I was like, yeah, he's
I saw the Instagram photo and I thought it was a really great job. I also, if you watch this episode back, when I go, what'd you do this weekend? You paused for so long that I had to move on.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, everyone? Just tell me in the chat. But I adore you all. We will see you tomorrow with Mr. Casual himself. And wash your hands. Have a great time. And we will see you soon.
Shayla also wants to know. I know that we're cutting this off, and I'm so sorry for stopping this.
Oh, my God.
Just let Shayla know after where you're getting your bras come from, because those of you who don't know Shayla, she was also a big fan from us when we were doing this dumb thing, and she was on our fitness challenge with us. So I know she's at the gym all the time, and I know she's going crazy. So like, maybe help her out a little is all I'm saying.
Well, a friend of mine did buy a Peloton bike, so I gave them my referral code. So they're Peloton bras, but they're from Lululemon. So I'll let you know how they work out.
Beautiful.
Would you like to do the send off, Jay?
I love you all. Be safe. Stay home. Get a cool scarf mask like Stacy. And I'll see you tomorrow for Bee's Knees. I'm Jason DeRoz.
Bye.